So she's probably the closest thing we'll have to a medic, versus you're gonna be more of a stealth. This to invite, yeah, this is to invite your Steam friends right here, but you guys find me a random player. There you go. So if you want to, you can exchange the weapons, but I'm gonna stay with his standard build. Hey, there you go. What is this? Kits, or I'll probably add ammo drop people. There you go. This game have chat. Why? Anything? I just canceled matchmaking by accident. No, let's bring that back. There's only 3 players though. Estimated time 23 seconds. Pretty impressive considering this is in early access, but I haven't actually checked how active this game is. I'm also glad that this person has some experience over me. Hopefully I'm not gonna fail them too much. I will... Oh, was I not supposed to ready up yet? My bad. I thought like other games, it needs everybody to be ready and before it will actually start the game. It looks like since I was the host for this lobby... Actually, I don't know if I'm the host. Maybe this is just a neutral lobby. And once you ready up, it just stops the search, and there we go. There goes my teammate. Oh, could have said something. I'm surprised Rosie left the game pretty quickly, considering it doesn't seem like you find teammates very quickly. Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, if you want to start, I'm more than willing to start if you don't want to be waiting in the lobby. I'll gladly communicate with you once I check my settings and actually find where the speak button is. I hope this game has speech and you can actually communicate with your teammates. Oh, well, there it goes. Maybe that's what I get for playing late in the evening, about to be nighttime. Probably more closer towards nighttime. Now that I'm sitting here, I'm actually visualizing how I would want this video to turn out. I'd probably want to cut it to pieces and Voden, welcome back, my friend. Please. Please. Looks like you're not finding... Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. We're gonna have a great time, I promise. Am I selecting this?
Extinction Unit. The lifeblood of the ERA is in essence the dropships that we use to get you planetside and back home to Gateway Cygnus. We have a limited amount of dropships, but we suspect a few built pre-invasion are at the airfields found in the tundra. I'd like you to bring them home. Once they're accounted for, we should be able to get them to the station via autopilot. Sarah will, as usual, be your eyes and ears. Good luck, EXU. And be sure to make it back safely.
So far, I like the charisma of the voice acting in this game. And wow, I didn't have to embarrass myself by reading that earlier, since the loading screen background voice does it for you anyway. Oh man!
Taking a moment to breathe.
I like Jurgen so far. Just the voice alone makes it enjoyable. Well, it looks like you're ready to go. Drop pod, alright.
Ready to go planetside.
Oh my god. Yeah, he reminds me of that actor from Jurassic Park. I haven't watched all the Jurassic Park movies, but I remember clearly like an old scientist guy who was... Hello! This is me! From the future. From this point on, I am making an executive decision to take over the footage and add some post-editing commentary. My reason for it, if you haven't figured it out on your own, is because I have poor audio balancing. Only after the recording session I realized that my game audio is also louder than my actual voice. Here is an example of what I'm talking about. She is enjoying herself. Loud. I was talking the whole time throughout that clip. Therefore, since I still want this specific footage to be my genuine first impression, we shall compromise. I will still include all of the gameplay I have recorded, and during certain parts that I wish to highlight, I will simply overlay my current voice. Oh, and try your best to ignore the mumbling in the background. That is simply my voice during the recording session that you will not be able to hear over the gameplay. During the moments when the gameplay quiets down, I will leave my original voice audio. I've decided to make this into an edited video. I will show, in my opinion, the most interesting parts of gameplay, but leave out the boring stuff to not waste anyone's time, mine included. Without any further ado, let's get to it. Not even hear my own voice.
Sarah, where should we go to?
Hey team! Hope you all had a
Okay.
smooth landing.
Settings.
We found
Keyboard.
archives that suggest a bunch of fully functional dropships can be found in the nearby airfield
Nice.
hangars.
Oh.
It is our mission to get them up in the air and back home to the Gateway Cygnus.
That was
Head
weird.
over
That
there
was like
and
a
we'll see what we can find.
freeze. It seems to be right away. I begin searching the in-game settings for communication options. I was hoping this game had some sort of an in-game voice chat or just chat in general. Spoiler alert, I was not able to find one, leading me to believe there isn't one as of right now. Also, you may have noticed a little freeze in the background when I was navigating the settings. That's the game's performance lagging, not my computer. I have a pretty decent gaming laptop that runs games without any issues. Therefore, I suspect the freezes I experience throughout the gameplay are caused by the game's optimization. Not to worry though, I'll resolve this issue in a couple of minutes. It is not a game-breaking problem. The whole purpose of this video is to show an honest first impression of an average gamer purchasing this game. I am not an internet celebrity, I am not a game developer, I am not even a proper game reviewer. I'm just an average consumer, just like you, who simply wishes to share their raw first impression of this particular game. Therefore, I will not edit out any issues I may encountered in this play session. My goal is to show you the whole game, not just the pretty parts. The game did warn me earlier that my video card was apparently not compatible with this game, but I'm not sure.
It is working.
I did
Fire
get
on the
myself a
plates.
pretty up-to-date gaming laptop earlier this year in 2020. So otherwise, Huey has all of the up-to-date tech he needs, but these freeze frames are worrying me a bit. Not sure if it's due to my hardware or if it's something
Great,
that the
you
game
found one!
needs to take care of.
Ugh, but what did the dinos do to it? We're not gonna be able to move it like this. Get rid of that stuff, please.
Maybe I simply need to turn down the graphics.
Ankylosaurus!
Special dinosaurs, but let me actually see if I can do anything about the performance. The solution to the frame freezes I was experiencing was simply lowering down the graphics quality from high to medium. That's all! I did not even need to touch anything else. Right away, I will establish that Voden, my teammate who is playing his character named Rosie, is clearly taking the lead on this mission. They do not hesitate and run through the objectives pretty quickly. I'm not even given a minute to appreciate the surroundings or read what the objective wants from me. However, I will say that the game is pretty straightforward. It also feels arcadey. The running is pretty quick and the gunplay doesn't give off that much recoil. Just follow the objective marker displayed on your screen and you will not get lost.
Connected.
Objective
Let's
A?
get it out into the fresh air.
Square
It's not
technology.
opening. Must be another way in. See what you can find.
Okay, well, it looks like Voden knows what he or she is doing. So I will just follow them.
Tiny shot.
Look at us! Who would have thought? Not me.
Oh my god, it's not a meme.
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Looks flyworthy.
Seriously?
Let's get
This
the muck off of
early
it.
access game, you're already gonna throw memes and references into it. Okay, I like the dinosaurs, they feel an MLG Pro.
Until you clear the gunk, I really can't do
The whole
anything from
aiming
here.
and
That's
mechanics
much
and the way
better.
this game behaves and handles.
Uplink is ready.
It's really responsive,
There we go.
but it does feel a little slippery. So like I mentioned earlier, it feels a little arcadey, it doesn't have that much weight. But the weapons sound pretty good. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and see if this thing will actually run me over. So search the airfield hangars for dropships, 3 out of 4. Okay. So Rosie has been doing most of the work so far, but I mean, I'm sure. I'm just gonna refer to this player by the character they're playing, so I'm just gonna say she. I assume it's a she again. I'm just
Empty.
gonna.
Oh well. There should be one
Electric's
nearby.
We need
Could
to
you give
find
me a
it.
hand? Just let me know and I'll send down a fuse kit.
A bunch of zombies at us. And I guess.
Masking sent.
What you have just witnessed was my character's ultimate ability, although I, in the gameplay, haven't realized it yet. I assume each character has a passive ability slash perk, an active ability that can be utilized on demand after a cooldown, and an ultimate ability that builds up from doing damage to the enemy. On top of that, you can also bring various tools, such as medkits or ammo drops. Overall, I am very satisfied and impressed with the visuals of the game and with the sound design. The lighting effects, the way your camera shakes when you're near an explosion, and it all creates a nice and smooth immersion. Of course, this isn't going to be a AAA quality game, but considering its size and that it's in early access, I am more than happy with it. I'm not the type to dig into every single pixel of the game and admire the graphics, so my opinion on this game is, of course, subjective.
They make it back to the gateway safely while you get going to the other airfields. There we are. Signal is working. Look at them go. Okay, get going and see if you can find the rest of the ships.
What is this? Oh, actually, hitting that?
Setting explosive charge.
How do I detonate it? Come on, game, you can tell me how to detonate it. I'll just shoot it. I see it's explosive in the video game. Odds are if you shoot it, it will explode. There you go. Hey, Rosie, how you doing? Sorry I can't communicate with you. I can only use the menu screen to request something.
Equipment over here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rosie. Good thing you ignored. No. I was just testing. I was just testing that. Okay, fine. You know what?
Could use some supplies here.
Oh, never mind. Rosie. Okay. Well, maybe I actually did a good thing here. Even while I was testing this out, looks like Rosie actually wanted some supplies. So that's good. That's good. Still useful to the team. Yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, I am a newbie. It's literally my first time launching this game. But I'm lucky to have a experienced teammate I can follow. Yeah, I wouldn't know about this. I would have just walked past this and I think this was a map decoration or whatever.
Deploying second map.
Earlier, you saw my first formal interaction with my teammate Voden. I was randomly pressing buttons to see what they do, and stumbled upon an interaction menu. I did not know how to back out of it or close it, so I decided to select a random call, which happened to be loot over here. To my surprise, my teammate actually heard me and responded. In my experience, most of the time, the teammates ignore such callouts. However, I was very pleased to see that my teammate listened, and I was especially happy to finally establish at least some sort of contact with Voden. As we go on, you will spot more interactions between I and Voden. But in that previous scenario, I happened to summon an ammo drop for Voden, which we both took advantage of. Although it's upsetting that I did not find a voice chat for this game, I realized that the interaction menu is actually useful. It provides you enough options for communication to get the job done. The objective is straightforward, and as long as everyone can aim their weapon, you should have no problems getting the job done. If you will play the game with your friends, then you will most likely be using Discord anyway. In any other scenario, the interaction menu provides you with brief but solid options, such as come here, follow me, go there, need help, and so on. So, perhaps the interaction menu even eliminates the need for a voice chat, but it would be a nice luxury to have in a modern video game nonetheless.
Great.
Okay, now I
No,
learned that
wait,
you can
not
actually shoot
great. Dino goo.
Rosie.
Let's ungoo it.
Ankylosaurus here.
Oh, here. Oh, that's
I mean, flatback, of course. Placing charge.
Out
because I
she
seem to
goes.
be getting away with pretty generous things. Like that last dinosaur shot, I don't think my hit marker was anywhere near the dinosaur, but hey, they gave me the red marker anyway, meaning I killed them. Hey, mind if I open this one? Oh.
Awesome! You found one. If you hook me into the launch console, we'll get it out of there. Let's get it out into the fresh air.
Is ammo? Ammo kit, okay. What does that sound? Some kind of clicker dinosaur? Hey.
That seems to be all the ships in the area. I should be able to remote access the autopilots.
Alright, hey,
We
look,
need a
I'm
more
cool.
powerful connection. Find and activate the nearby radar antenna. That should give me access.
How did you do that, my friend? Oh, nice.
Take a moment to heal up.
There you go. How did you do that? Oh, there you go. Found it. Peace. Alright, alright. Whoa. He got them. He got them. He got the little hands though. What? Dig underground? Oh, he has some protective shells as well. Let's keep slowly breaking apart. Okay, that's the drop distance I can also get away with. No smoking. If it's red, it probably blows up. That's the general rule of video games.
Thank you.
Where is this? Pick up some stairs. No, I'll take it.
Masking. Boosters are placed.
Perfect. I'm sure it'll come to good use.
Are we sending? Is that where Earth? Pretty sure I saw the map with the Earth back in the menu, but oh my gosh. Rosie, you're not wasting any time. You have to shoot a little bit ahead of the dinosaur. You have to shoot a little bit ahead of the dinosaur, and I definitely like the physics. Pretty nice. Could probably create some entertaining moments. I'm more of an immersion kind of guy, follow the objective, learn about the story, but I definitely have friends who just mess me around.
Ankylosaurus.
And roll that game where you get these ragdolls in a funny way.
Fantastic. Let's get this ship home.
It is early access, even if still working on polishing.
Ankylosaurus is down. We must get it on its back. Flying Tetrachar.
Oh, you can dodge. If you're holding left and right, you can dodge in the direction. Or back. It's custom or something? I'm not sure actually.
Healing up.
Ah, thank you.
As the thing just blows up in my face. But yeah, I do appreciate the supplies. You let me know if you need some ammunition, I'll hook you up. I assume this is a 4-player co-op, right? Although in the menu you only showed 3 possible invites. Well, the animation isn't exactly smooth yet, but then again,
This is
covering
it.
up behind
If they're
early
here, they're in the
access,
hangars.
so you're supposed to be more forgiving than usual. And so far, Even for early access, look, this game is actually pretty polished. I mean, the graphics are okay, they're not terrible.
No
The game runs
dropship
smooth
here.
enough.
Let's see what's in the
Weapons
other
sound
hangars.
good, the sound design is good, the voice acting is wonderful. Not supposed to be impressive, but I mean, it gets the job done a little more. The characters, the dinosaur is unbelievable.
Styracosaurus! Deploying Cetra.
The three objectives of this campaign or map so far seem to be the same thing. 3 ships, 3 warehouses, and at some point you'll have to go underground.
Thanks. Affirmative. Placing Cetra.
Oh, that's good, that's good. That's actually wonderful.
Excellent marksmanship.
I'm not exactly this is pretty satisfying to play. Yeah, and actually, as I was saying earlier, I keep getting distracted by gameplay, but it seems pretty polished for an early access, so
Looks
I
like
have
you need
faith.
to clear this one up before we
Not
can get it out of here.
Not just the promise, but I'm actually seeing the work in progress.
Scooby
If this is their
gun!
early access, then I can
Great
only
job.
imagine what the full release is.
Great. Let's
Maybe
get it
not too far
outside.
away from this, but hopefully with more features, more objectives, just in general more polish. So I did experience some. Yeah, I was looking at that when I was getting sketched out. There was a bunch of go up phase. Anyway, just in general more polish, more objectives.
Looks
more
like
things
all
to
are
do.
accounted for. Great job.
Please, for the
Now,
love of
I
God,
just
do
need
not
a
go
better
the
signal
road
so that I can
without
hook
the
into their
automatic
a radar
game.
antenna around. See if you can get it working.
Too many games right
There
now
should
that
be a
rely on
radar
selling
antenna around.
cosmetics and just
See if you can get it
change
working.
the whole scope and focus of the game and
Great.
selling endless
Now,
cosmetics.
let me have a look.
Masking set.
Play one. Okay, good. Oh, no fall damage, but it's stung. Oh my gosh. I just butchered that. I just murdered that word. Whatever that was, it's no longer with us. It's in a better place now, hopefully. Away from me. Alrighty, yo. Rosie, I appreciate you.
We should have everyone at the extraction point when we do this.
We need to act.
Oh, that's
I've
like
sent
a
the raft,
streamer or whatever.
but it may
the
take some time
dinosaur
considering
full,
the area you're in.
That's probably bigger. So my health is corrected or something. No, it's time to use the grenade. That's not T-Rex. I was about to say, that was pretty big, but it doesn't look big enough for me to
Deploying Cetra.
load up. Oh,
Grenade!
damn it. Statue charge again.
Ah! Ankylosaurus! Grenade! I mean, flatback, of course. We need to get it on its back. Grenade out!
How about some goodies?
So much is going on.
The raft should be close now. Make sure you're not under it when it sets down.
Dropship arrives. Dropship approaches. What are those things? I said, oh, those are the things the cave they're coming from.
Setting explosive charge.
This is Sarah's dropship service. Your dropship is ready and waiting for you.
Fourth dropship. It's still less.
I'm on board.
The dropships have already made it safely to the gateway, and we have you, the EXU, to thank for it.
Oh, the drought.
This increases our mobility and will benefit us greatly in future missions. As always, a job well done.
Director Pierce. Gonna have to learn the lore of this game a little bit more because all of these characters are talking to each other clearly with the already existing relationship between them. I assume some military chain of command or something, but to a new player, I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm just kind of being dropped in straight into the action, and I'm not sure if that's intended or if it's just as an early access. Maybe there will be a little better campaign down the road to introduce the characters and the story a little better, but we'll see about that. And in the beginning, they did show some cinematic with what appeared to be one of the directors talking about how we're not alone, there's other survivors out there, but I'm not sure what that was about either. Loot somewhere, so you do pick up some loot along the way.
Ah, any day, planetside is a good day.
Well, I got the Marksman award. I mean, Rosie carried the whole team, but hey, I was at least there being a marksman. I should probably try playing Rosie next. Well, there you go, that's our first level up. Thanks to Rosie, thanks to Voden. Hopefully he wouldn't mind being publicly displayed in the video, but let's be honest, I'm not like a popular YouTuber or anything close to that, so the odds are of anyone knowing about Voden except some of my friends are pretty slim. Unless the unexpected happens. Hey, I'm not against it. But I'm just here to really showcase just my first impression of the game. I don't know, maybe somebody is actually looking for an opinion of an average gamer. You know, I'm not a game guru, I'm not some critic or a professional gamer. I'm just an everyday consumer that purchased the game on Steam and is giving his own reactions and opinion on the game so far. Well, I like to see that this game has weapon upgrades. I actually like weapon customization, especially in the co-op game. I have not experienced that very often. War effort contribution. Whoa, this is actually major victory. Unaffected, unaffected. Wow, that was actually interesting. Is that a similar system to For Honor where there's this kind of public global map when depending on what you do, which faction you play actually contributes towards it? But we're not gonna talk about how majority of players join Vikings, so it's very skewed. But anyway, if that's what I think it is, that's actually a very neat system where the whole community of this game can contribute towards like a global map, and maybe for unique rewards or for progressing the story for everyone. So you would kind of have to contribute as a community. That would be really cool to see. But realistically, I assume this is probably just client side, probably just like your campaign specifically, and what you're doing to it. But hey, dreaming never hurts. I appear to be easily distracted throughout the video. As soon as there's action or dinosaurs, my brain shuts down any any speaking or thoughts I had going on and just kind of focus on the moment. So I apologize if earlier I had some unfinished thoughts or awkward pauses throughout the video. But as I was talking about earlier, this is supposed to be just a first impression of an everyday consumer who purchased a video game. I'm not a crazy critic, I'm not a reviewer, I'm not a developer. This is just a perspective of a everyday average user who purchased the game. And maybe you were the one who also wants to purchase the game but looking for kind of a first hands-on experience. Well, hopefully I'll actually commit to editing this video and uploading it for the public to see, and maybe, just maybe, somebody will actually take their time, watch through what I have created, and make a decision on their own to see if this is a game that might interest them, without earlier frame freezes or mediocre commentary. But nonetheless, this is more for me. Not really doing this to become a YouTuber or anything. No, I just want to get back into video editing, do little projects here and there, get familiar with the new software that I have installed for video editing, learn it so I can actually utilize it in my own personal projects that are a little more ambitious than just editing a few clips of gameplay. So, as a final note, I definitely like the first impression. It is positive. I like the gameplay. I like the enemies. I've noticed there were some unique dinosaurs, so it's not just going to be always the same raptor attacking you. It appears it has different bosses, and I'm looking forward to seeing the bigger dinosaurs, as also previously mentioned, T-Rex or something. This game is a little more arcadey, so it's probably not probably, but definitely appeals more towards a casual audience. So if you're not looking for like a hardcore survival, zombie apocalypse, co-op survival, whatever, yeah, that's not the game. This appears to be very arcadey. Kind of reminds me of Borderlands in terms of how the game, how the movement, and how the gunplay feels. Except the graphics are definitely a little more closer towards realism than when compared to a game like Borderlands. But I can't say this game that has exactly realistic graphics. It's like on some interesting spectrum of being cartoonish, but also being realistic enough to be believable. It's not 4K, it's not next gen like Red Dead Redemption 2, but hey, it's not Borderlands or Overwatch either. So I actually really like this good middle. Very smooth textures, very smooth colors. Everything looks pretty good so far. Again, they are covering behind an early access title right now. So if there's any bugs or any problems with performance, not enough content, the developers do possess this is an early access game, guys, give us some time, we'll fix it. But I'm not sure how long this game has been in development. I'm not sure how far it is into development at this point, but it looks playable. And for an early access, this is definitely a keeper. I'm not refunding this game. I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to seeing more of what they have to offer. I am also not a dedicated gamer, so I'm not just spending all day playing video games. I work. I have other things going on in life. So I'm one of those people who returns to a video game once in a while, kind of relax an evening before sleep, maybe hop on to play a game with their friends on the weekend. So for me, having this roadmap of development is not a problem. I don't think I will get bored of this game too quickly to the point where I will seek or demand more content from these developers. No. At my rate, not a full-time gamer, I think this is going to be a pretty steady development, and every once in a while when I come back to the game, I'm not going to get too drained of it, because I don't play it every single day. I'm not going to play it every single day. And I assume that should give the developers a good pace to introduce new content for me once in a while when I come back to this game. But yeah, this is definitely one of those I might play by myself on the side when I don't have any of my friends online or they don't want to play any of the games we have in common. I think this is something I can enjoy by myself. Another thing I want to say, thanks to Voden for sharing this first impression, first experience with me. Definitely carried the whole mission there, and I really appreciate that. And even though the few times I have a suspicion Voden did not feel like playing with me, after a third or fourth time joining my lobby, he or she said, you know what, whatever, let's run it, let's do it, I'll carry you, I'll show you around. And even though we do not have the ability to communicate through voice, or at least I did not find any ability to chat or use voice in this game, the body language of the character, including emotes and the little callouts you can do, was enough to kind of communicate with the teammate. So when I accidentally called out a supply skier, Voden clearly showed they heard me. They turned around. They're like, yeah, come on, where is it? And I got a little awkward. I'm like, oh, my bad, I was just testing out this menu. I don't have any supplies. And then I realized I took an ammo kit earlier. So that has to mean I can summon ammo, right? And I summoned it and something that was supposed to be an accidental press actually turned into a useful interaction between two players that have no way of actually directly communicating and telling each other what they need or what they want. So, even though there's no voice chat, the developers did provide enough to have somewhat of a communication and organization with your teammates, at least the most critical parts. I assume if somebody needs healing, if you need to if you need someone to follow you, if you need to request supplies, there is callouts for that kind of stuff, which should be enough to sustain you in gameplay and help you and your team to complete the objective. That was awesome. I appreciate that little interactions I have with Voden, even though I never heard their voice. That was awesome. Definitely a good experience to have, and now I'm gonna go to sleep with a smile on my face because I don't know, I just find interacting with people online really intriguing. I just like talking, communicating with people in general. I was a little upset that I didn't find a way to chat with this person, but I definitely feel way better and way happier that there were moments when me and Vodo were actually communicating with each other. On that note, happy with the game. Maybe I'll do a little more on it. Maybe show some more gameplay, I'll see. Like I said, this was just supposed to be first impression, and mostly for me to learn video editing software to kind of practice with a little harmless video. So, I hope you have a wonderful evening or day, depending on whatever time you're watching this video at. And if you made it to the end of the video, I actually really appreciate that, because out of all the content you could have picked to watch on YouTube right now, you decided to watch me. Of course, unless you're a friend of mine, then it's a little personal there. But nonetheless, take care, stay safe out there, and wish you the best. Bye bye.